Jerry. Jerry, what are you doing?
It's okay, I know what I'm doing.
Jerry, I wouldn't get that close to that. Back up a little bit.
Ah, it's okay.
You said that before. Jerry?
I got it.
Well, there's a fella living out there in old Timmonsville. His name is Jerry Welch, you see. You can go on out and see him if you're seeking a thrill and have a life insurance policy. But on the day you make the visit, you must realize your life is possibly at risk. It's a lot of fun and games until somebody dies, so keep in mind that it could go like this. You could get electrocuted, blown apart, or executed if your brain is not on high alert. You could get gored by a deer right in the middle of a beer. There's just so many ways you could get hurt. So if you go and visit Jerry, you know things can get real scary. The devil might collect his due. But Jerry's got so many lives, you know he always survives. But we'll probably be burying you. Yeah, y'all go on out there to see Jerry Welch now.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with them two boys.
Well, he could crush you with a tire, he could set your ass on fire. You better look out for yourself. Cause when things are looking bad, you're gonna wish you had as many lives as Jerry Welch. The many lives of Jerry Welch.
You boys been back there drinking again? I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all. Don't I know, do it like you ever.
Accidents. They've been around since the beginning of time. Some accidents are the result of miscalculation. Some are caused by not being attentive to your surroundings or faulty equipment. And some are the direct result of absolute stupidity. The following program will be examining accidents that resulted directly from such stupidity. Almost as puzzling as what caused the following accidents is the fact that they all seem to occur to a certain individual who has more lives than your average cat. And if not to him, they tend to happen to those who are in close proximity to him. Is this by coincidence, bad luck, or fate? Let's investigate the series of unfortunate events that have befallen this one human being and those who dare befriend him. This man's name is Jerry William Welch. Jerry lives on Welch Road just outside of Timmonsville. No one would suspect that a leisurely drive through the beautiful countryside on a pleasant afternoon could lead to an accident. The Welch home is quite inviting at first and seems like any other typical home in the surrounding area. But let's look deeper into the dark and dangerous side of the Welch property. And no one better to start us on our journey than the man himself.
I don't know why people don't like to come out here. I mean, nothing goes wrong out here and all. As long as you come out here, people say it's dangerous and all, but it's not dangerous. You come out here and just use common sense and all. And I love to collect copper and all that kind of stuff and scrap and everything and just all kind of stuff and all I like to get. And junk, the wife calls it junk, but it's commodities, that's what I call it. But, I mean, most of my friends, they don't have no common sense, no how. But most other people, they got good sense. And you can't get hurt out here, there's no way.
I've known Jerry a long time, and yeah, it's dangerous out there. There's a lot of ways you can get hurt. I'd prove it to you by showing you this scar I got right down here, but it's somewhere that's not, I can't show it to you for ratings purposes, you understand.
I want to tell you that Jerry Welch's place is dangerous, and especially them birds out there.
You couldn't pay me to take Clayton out there when he was a kid, because I could just see him getting blown up, set on fire, cut open. Who knows?
Jerry's place is the most dangerous place on earth. I almost got killed out there myself.
Every time Dennis goes to visit, I wonder if he's coming home in his truck or an ambulance.
Dickie Strickland, he just killed a bird. That's his problem. And Dennis Parnell, he's in a wheelchair and he just can't get out of the way, but that's their problem.
Bo, I'm in a wheelchair. How in the hell am I supposed to move fast?
Well, I don't go out there, so I don't have to worry about getting hurt.
It all started when Jerry and Dickie were really young, and it never really stopped.
Well, my daddy, he gave me a chicken coop to raise chickens in. That's kind of fun, but it was boring. It got real boring. So then me and Dickie Strickland, we put us a moonshine deal in there. Cause we gonna make us some money. Now that was fun.
Yeah, we was becoming real businessmen.
We supposed to be watching the pressure on that thing and all. It's kind of like a nuclear bomb, you know, especially when it went off and all. But I blame Dickie Strickland. I mean, he's supposed to be watching the pressure and all on it, and it went off like a nuclear bomb.
Man, Dickie should have been watching that pressure gauge.
But as usual, when something goes wrong, my husband's to blame.
We didn't know about pressure and calibration, but them gauges, the pressure on the gauges to get it so hot or whatever, we didn't have no idea what the hell we were doing.
Dickie should have been watching that pressure. I mean, where was Dickie at?
I was out back sampling the moonshine.
Well, damn, they went to the roof when it blowed up and all, and killed half the chickens and all, feathers and all went everywhere and all, and then it didn't really like that too good.
Stupid kids grow into being stupid adults.
Every good company's got to have a good quality control department.
Obviously, my husband thinks he works for quality control at Budweiser now.
A typical sight on any farm is the fire barrel. The Welch home has several about the grounds. One such barrel is the subject of our next incident report.
I live in the country. I burn trash all the time. I can't help it because I just turned my back for 1 minute and the flame went.
You don't understand, you just can't throw anything in the trash can.
Well, who is calling me now? Probably another telemarketer. I'm busy. What the world it won't be for? Hello, who is this? Life insurance. I don't need no life insurance. Man, I'm a man. I'm busy. I got things to do. Won't you give me your telephone number and your home address, and I'll come by and see you. No, I told you I don't want any. I don't need none of it. None. I plan to live a long time. I told you I don't need none. Holy crap. Goodbye. I mean, oh my God, I got to thinking. Where's my gas can at? I left it in the bed of the truck. That ain't too good.
I don't think Jerry knows what flammable means. I think he's just too stupid to know it.
Flammable. F-L-A-M. How you spell flammable?
He should have went and sat on that gas can.
So I had to act fast. I sprung into action with my cat-like reflexes. Damn, man, got enough hose. I knew I should have spent that extra $10 on a longer hose.
I told him to buy the longer hose.
My wife tells me my hose is too short all the time.
I ain't saying nothing. I want to, but I ain't saying nothing.
More hose! More hose!
Oh, Lord, my truck's been burning up, I'm getting the hose.
Can you say stupid?
Luckily, I got the fire out before it reached the gas can. Or else it'd burn up the whole back of the truck and all. I hope nobody seen that. That'd have been embarrassing.
Almost as dangerous as letting a fire get out of control is the chance of electric shock. Electric shock should be avoided at all costs. Since we were all children, our parents told us to never ever stick a foreign object into a light socket. That leads us to our next incident.
Jerry likes to plant suggestions in kids' minds that aren't always the brightest suggestions.
You tell me one youngin' who hasn't stuck a butter knife or fork in a light socket. I think they all ought to do it at least one time.
I work with electricity every day, and that's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
That's what you call bad parenting.
Most homes with small children are equipped with socket safety plugs, which are applied directly to the socket. Jerry Welch, however, has taken no such preventative measures with his sockets.
And Bill, he's so good and so quiet, we usually don't even know he's in the house. So Bill, he decided to try an experiment. I was busy reading a magazine. I had no idea. I just took my eyes off him for 1 second, what he was doing. So when I got to Bill, there was smoke coming out of his pants. His head was standing up, but it seemed to be doing right otherwise.
I, for one, is shocked to hear this news.
Bill has experienced acicus shockdophicus, a direct result of several thousand watts of electricity flowing through his small body.
But sometimes when Bill walks by you, he'll give you a little shock and all. And sometimes when I'm giving him a bath, you know, the water's a little green and all. But other than that, he's okay.
I wanted to stick that fork in Jerry's butt after that.
Oh, I'll never let Clayton go swimming with Bill.
Jerry needs to watch Bill better. I mean, monkey see, monkey do. I guess that kind of means Bill's doomed, doesn't it?
That story was electrified.
Another common sight on the farm is a propane heat source. These are quite useful if used properly, but failure to maintain them can lead to disastrous results. Propane tanks with the heater eye attachments have been used on the Welch property for years. If stored outside, all such equipment and hoses should be monitored for deterioration. Failure to do so could be deadly.
Well, one day I was outside working inside my house. And by that time my stomach felt that pain. I knew I had to take care of business. But thanks to my ingenuity, I had my own little porta potty fixed up. Had my own bucket, my toilet tissue and all that. And you couldn't see me doing my business or nothing. I even had my little propane heater back there to keep my butt warm. Tell you what though, I never knew. Those little hoses on the little propane tanks go to the heater. I never knew them things could come loose, but thank God I had just buckled up my pants.
I know the flame against methane is a bad idea.
I never go out there, but if I went out there, that would have been the day.
Who puts their butt 6 inches from a tank of gas?
Basically, that little propane heater, it turns to a flamethrower.
Look, it's a flaming fool.
Look, it's a bird, it's a plane, It's Jerry Welch.
Rump roast.
Now that's the definition of a fried turkey.
Man, I was running real fast. My biscuits was on fire. Man, and I seen the old bathtub. And I knew what I had to do. Oh, that feels better. Oh, a whole lot better.
That's the only way Jerry's butt will ever be hot.
Thank the Lord for old bathtubs and rain.
Jerry's condition was identified as buttocks burnophicus, a rather painful condition that healed within a few days. Another cause of concern on Jerry Welch's property is the fact that he takes delight in owning exotic wildlife, which can be quite dangerous. Only certain states allow individuals to keep such animals as pets with the proper paperwork. Unfortunately, Jerry's home is in one of those states, which leads to our next case.
Do we have to tell this story? Really? We really got to talk about this. Really? Really?
I had Buster for 10 years. He was getting real mean in his old age. Well, that day, I called Robbie to help me go in the pen to move one of my teeny little buildings. In Buster's defense, I had to say though, he was in rut, and a horny deer is unpredictable.
Just like Jerry used to be when he was single.
Well, I thought, sure, why not help a friend out? I mean, come help me move a metal building, Robbie. That sounds better than, Robbie, come out here and let my deer kill you while I watch.
If you got animals, you got to control them, especially them damn birds.
I told Robbie to keep one eye on Buster while we're in there, just in case.
So what is it I gotta do?
Go over there in them woods. There's a little teeny metal building around there. See if it's got a chain around the bottom of it where we can go ahead and hook up to it and drag it out of there.
All right, I see it. Get a stick in case that damn deer's around.
Yeah.
I carried a stick with me. It wasn't much help. About as much help as Jerry was.
See, you should have had a shotgun.
I found the building and had a chain on it like Jerry said. I turned around, headed back toward the truck, and as soon as I stepped out the woods, there was Buster. Then it got real fast.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done did the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line.
Well, I was starting to panic. I yelled for Jerry to help me, and he's in the truck.
Run, Robbie, run! Run! I was in the truck.
I can't promise you, but when you in trouble, Jerry Welch ain't no help.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time.
Buster hit me again. Hit me right down here near my parental package, and that was scary. I yelled for Jerry to help me again, and he's still in the truck.
I've been in the wrong place.
Jerry! Help! Run! Run, you dang fool! Run! I was in the truck.
Like I said, Jerry Welch ain't no help.
Jerry!
I told him to run. What else do you want? Ooh. Oh! No. Oh.
Well, by now, I was comfortable with the fact that Jerry was going to stay in the truck and watch me die. so I figured I had to take matters into my own hands.
My man Robbie, he put the Kung Fu on Buster. I figured then it was safe for me to get out the truck.
Robbie, get in the truck! Hurry up, get in the truck! Poor Robbie could have died right there. Jerry, he would have left him right there. And then he'd have told you about it later when he was drinking beer at a party or something.
Robbie should have killed Jerry right there.
I'm gonna kill him. I knew right then he'd almost killed Robbie. And I knew that Dennis Parnell, who'd been wanting to kill him for the last 10 years I had him, would make little Buster's, life into the other world quick and easy.
Jerry called me out there and told me to shoot Buster.
I wanted him to suffer bad for a long time.
Jerry was having a hard time making up his mind, so I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on him.
Dennis Parnell, he took old Buster. Oh man, he made the best deer stew and jerky out of him that anybody could eat.
He's still good. I've got some in my freezer right now.
Okay, are we done? Do we have to talk about this anymore? Ever? Good. I should have stayed in the damn truck.
That's right. The truck is the safest place to be. Remember that.
As deadly as a deer is something much smaller, venomous arachnids. Spiders of all shapes and sorts inhabit the Welch property, many of them poisonous. Always be mindful of their presence and know your good spiders from the bad. Not keeping an eye out for these tiny terrors can lead to big trouble, as we are about to see.
Oh, let me go get some firewood where I won't be told tonight. Get in. Well, the temperature was dropping that evening. So I said to myself, I better head on to the wood pile and get me some wood.
Jerry picked up an 8-legged hitchhiker.
You gotta be on the lookout for bugs and spiders and things. Oh!
How was I supposed to know he was on my leg? I mean, he wasn't about that big.
Jerry ought to be used to weird things crawling in bed at night.
I was sawing logs, not worried about a thing in the world. Till the next morning when I woke up. My leg looked like a big can of Vienna sausage. I had to call Daddy and tell Daddy come take me to the doctor. I looked down there, I didn't know what the fuck wrong.
That poor spider probably died after biting Jerry.
That poor spider.
Jerry Welch, the amazingly stupid Spider-Man.
Jerry, see, if you'd had them legs took off, you wouldn't have to worry about the spider bites. Look at my legs. I don't have to worry about them spiders biting mine.
That's all right. I took care of them. They won't bite me again. You won't bite nobody else, you little evil spider. I'll kill you. Die, spiders, die.
Firework safety is a high priority at the Welch home, as it should be in any home. With so many types of fireworks readily available to the public, we need to make sure we always follow safe practices while we are enjoying them. Ah, what child doesn't love fireworks? There's nothing like the thrill of shooting a Roman candle or launching a bottle rocket. This is fine as long as the child is supervised by a responsible adult. Some adults, however, are not as well versed in the proper handling of fireworks.
Sometimes Jerry just needs a little help.
We were out at Jerry's shooting fireworks, and it was cool.
Wow, man, look at that. Hey, look at that.
Everybody knows that I'm in a wheelchair, and I've been here most of my life.
Really? Jerry just told me Dennis was lazy.
That is so cool. Look at that.
Somehow some of the fireworks that didn't get shot got thrown into the trash box.
What kind of idiot throws a firecracker box that says TNT in the fire barrel?
Well, everybody had done left except for Rob and Dennis and me. I figured I'd start cleaning up.
You know, a normal cautious thinking adult would have checked that out. But we had Jerry instead.
Hell, it was laying on the ground with the rest of the trash, so I figured it was empty.
Of course, I was sitting about 3 foot from the barrel when all this happened, and light got blowed up.
Rob and me, we knew that we had to move fast.
It had rained that day, and I was trying to move, and my wheelchairs wasn't getting no traction. They run off and was hiding behind the metal building and just left me. They really left me.
Felt like we were in Iraq for a minute there.
They say when you're about to die, your whole life flashes in front of your eyes.
Dennis, you okay?
The only thing that passed in front of my eyes was driving Jerry's ass.
It's so nice to know my husband's friends are concerned with his well-being.
We were in the truck.
Every man for himself.
It's safe in the truck.
I wasn't there. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, I'm sure if Dickie was there, he wouldn't have been no help anyway.
Next, we take a look at a common fixture on any country property, the golf cart. They are harmless as long as they are being driven responsibly. But that doesn't always happen at the Welch home.
Well, I mean, we were just having a party, just like usual. I had to pee. So I snuck around the side of the house, you know, just like usual. I went to pee.
Jerry seems to get in a lot of trouble when he goes to the toilet.
Whoa, that feels better.
So I was standing there watering the flowers, and I heard a golf cart coming.
I mean, I had a few drinks. I wanted to ride the golf cart. Don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah, she's my wife, but I don't want every second of what she does every day.
I was riding along, having a good time. Didn't see anybody.
I look around the corner. It's Candy Strictly coming on the golf cart, wide open. Oh, stop!
touch him. I saw him at the last minute and I went right around him.
This mystery will never be settled. Only Jerry and Candy know the truth.
Next thing I know, I was down on the ground. My back was killing me. Oh, my back! Candy, I'm gonna kill you!
If I'd have meant to kill him, he'd be dead, and he damn knows it.
Yep, they call that a hit and run.
Candy, Candy. I'm surprised Dickie Strickland ain't killed you yet. Oh.
Have your lawyer call my lawyer.
She pointed that golf cart straight at me, right at me.
I didn't hit him, but if I did, I would have backed up and rode over him again.
I could listen to this here all day long.
I agree with Candy. She's innocent until proven guilty.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
He was ahead of me. The dog come between me and him. He fell, stumbled over the dog and fell on the golf cart and swears to God I tried to hit him.
Ah, the mysterious dog. The plot thickens.
There ain't really no point in arguing with her. You just let her sit and move on.
She was laughing, kind of like that witch in the Wizard of Oz.
I heard that laugh before, and it ain't gonna be good.
I know where you live, Mr. Strickland.
Birds, birds, birds. The Welch home is surrounded by them. Birds of all shapes and sizes roam the property at will. Many of these birds are quite harmless and even love to be petted. Others are not quite as welcoming. Failure to control our aggressive feathered friends can lead to trouble for the unsuspecting, as we will examine in our next segment.
Well, like I say, old Dickie Strickland, he pretty scared of birds. And I got some pretty mean swans back there that don't like people come in my back door. Well, I was in the house relaxing. I had no idea Dickie would stop by and visit that day.
I stopped by to see Jerry. I didn't know I was facing death when I come by.
Dickie should have learned from what happened to me. Wildlife is unpredictable. But no, he had to go out there and find out for himself.
Jerry tried to call Dickie that day and Dickie didn't pick up. He tries to call me and I don't answer the phone, so it just pisses him off.
I pulled up just to see if Jerry was home. I pulled up and looked, and I was face to face with one of Jerry's swans.
Jerry, you home?
And I can tell you, that swan was pissed off.
Oh!
I done what anybody with common sense done. I run for my damn life.
Oh, crap!
Jerry was watching out the window the whole time.
For a minute now, it was the funniest damn thing I ever seen.
If I knew Jerry was watching the whole time, I would have killed him. I looked around and I run for the steps, and then I fell.
Now that's what you call a swan dive right there.
In a minute, I thought I lost it.
I must have lost it. I must have lost it. Ooh.
Man, Dickie was swole up now. I ain't gonna tell you how bad he was swole up, but he was swole up.
Dickie told me he was swole up so bad that he couldn't wear his favorite bikini briefs for Candy anymore for a while. I'm like, mental image, Dickie. Mental image. Don't want to hear it.
Now when Dickie acts up, Candy just acts like a swan and flaps at him, and then she runs after him.
Dickie was afflicted with a painful condition called testiculus giganticus. Swans have an upper and lower mandible made up of a hard bone-like substance. The velocity of the swan's lunge, along with its beak's rigidity, making contact with Dickie's sensitive soft scrotum, resulted in testiculus gigantis.
I don't find any of this funny at all.
No visit to the Welch property is complete without viewing Jerry's prized possession, the backhoe. Jerry has spent countless hours modifying and using this mighty working machine for all manners of tasks. There's no job that can't be tackled with such a beast. But one afternoon, Jerry almost rode his massive yellow stallion straight through the pearly gates themselves.
Anybody who knows me knows that I love my backhoe. I'd have never thought in 1,000 years, maybe a million, that what happened to me that day would have happened.
Jerry loves that backhoe. He would go dig up a dead body if you paid him enough.
Backhoes is meant to be upright. The wheels need to be on the ground.
I keep my wheels on the ground all the time.
Even a 6-year-old knows a backhoe's supposed to stay upright.
I'm sure Jerry was paying attention to the road and what was behind him and beside him. Or he could have been on Facebook on his phone, you know, checking out statuses and seeing if Candy had accepted that friend request he sent out about 2 years ago.
Well, I was going to my friend Mike Ward, tractor place around there. And some idiot driver come up behind me 70 miles per hour. And I just ride along there, minding my own business, dog, and I look back behind me. And I seen a truck way back there about a mile, and of course I didn't know how fast it was going up. Next thing I knew, boom! My hiney and my head, why, they switched places. Man, the whole world felt like it was spinning upside down and all. My head, my body, everything. When it finally stopped, I realized I was upside down.
That's what you call driving up somebody's butt.
Now that's what you call following too close for conditions.
Idiot in the truck, he was still in the truck. He wasn't no help. So I was just kind of, you know, upside down like a bat.
I thought they should have been wearing a seatbelt.
See, Candy could have just used her car to kill him instead of the golf cart, but, oh, wait a minute, she didn't do that, right? She didn't, that's right. Yeah. Can you wipe that from the record, please? Scratch that, reverse it.
Somebody get me out of this damn backhoe! So anyhow, when the backhoe was sliding off, we slid in the crack people's yard, you know. Well, they wouldn't help us or nothing. Of course, if I'd been selling drugs, they'd have probably, you know, just come on right on out there and helped us then. You know, we wouldn't sell them drugs or nothing like that. They just run in the house there.
Well, you should have had some drugs on you. You'd have got some help.
Well, this sucks.
Eventually, Jerry managed to work his way out of the cab, and you crawled out upside down.
That's when I realized a strange smell. And then all of a sudden, I realized what it was.
This recreation of Jerry's skeletal structure shows how the point of impact while he was upright caused a severe case of whiplash as his head was violently snapped backward. Once in the inverted position, however, stress along with racing adrenaline and fear of death resulted in what appeared to be a massive bowel movement beyond his control.
Ooh, I bet it smelled like Chinese food too. God.
The last and most dangerously disturbing incident on the Welch property in recent years brings us back to the fire barrel. Surely Jerry's closest brush with death.
All kidding aside, it scared the hell out of me.
think it was in October. And Robbie Howell, he had a barrel, 55-gallon barrel. He wanted me to cut the top out of it. I said, bring it on. I done cut, hundreds of barrels open, hundreds of times. I said, bring the barrel on. Well, Robbie just wasn't thinking, and I wasn't thinking. And he could have told me the barrel had turpentine in it,
Well, I found out later that the drum did have turpentine in it. But the drum was empty, but it had turpentine vapor in it. And vapor is flammable. Very flammable. Explosive even. I know this now.
This is it. Can you cut it? Oh, yeah. Shoot, I done did 100 of them things, cut the top right out for you.
All right. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to sit right here because I don't like being around flame, fire, gas, or anything like that. So you knock yourself out.
Put on my glasses. Put our tanks on. This ought to be enough hose right here, Howell, man. I wasn't thinking, he wasn't thinking, so I took it to it and went ahead and started cutting.
Pressure, Jerry. Release the pressure.
I'm telling you, it happened so fast, y'all, I didn't have time to think.
It almost blew me off the golf cart. I mean, I was panicking. I mean, there was smoke everywhere. The barrel was gone. I couldn't see Jerry. Jerry! Then when I saw him, I ran to him. I thought his eyes had been blown out of his head.
All I could see just couldn't see nothing. I was dizzy, fainted out. Lord, I was praying to Jesus saying, sweet Jesus, what in the world, seen blood. When I did see, thank God I had my eyes. When I was just knocked out.
I'd pay good money to see that.
I was sure he was dead, and then I got to thinking, where did I put that life insurance policy I had on him?
Man, come on. You all right? I thought you was gone, man.
No, I ain't okay.
Where's the drum?
Oh, no.
The drum's over there. Come on, we got to call Timmonsville Rescue Squad.
No.
Yeah.
If he can launch a barrel, he needs to go to work for NASA.
We were still all kind of freaked out, so we called 911. I didn't know if we needed an ambulance for Jerry or an ambulance for me because I was having a heart attack.
Yep. Me and that Timmonsville Rescue Squad, we're on a first name basis.
The Timmonsville Rescue Squad has made several advancements to their emergency alert system. A monitoring system and software was put into place that instantly identifies the type of accident that has occurred and ensures the proper response. A special alert siren was even installed to distinguish accidents on Welch Road from other run-of-the-mill accidents in the area.
Timmonsville 911, could you please hold?
Yes, ma'am, I'll hold.
Hey, Minnie, Gertrude, I understand you're going up to that seafood place. I love their seafood platter. You all sweethearts mind giving me one? And them onion rings, oh my God, they are so good. All right, thank you, darling. Okay, honey, I'm back. Thank you for holding. What's your emergency?
We're out here at Jerry Welch's place, and there's been an explosion, and he almost blew himself up, and I need a major sedative.
Oh my word, honey, I see you have an explosion. Now you just sit that Jerry down right now and you give him a beer and a cigarette and the EMTs will be out just as soon as possible.
So I cleaned up a little bit and all, so here comes the ambulance and all. And by the time they told me what the ride was, woohoo, I knew. The ambulance rides, how much? No, hell no. You just take that ambulance right on back to Timmonsville, no thank you.
Oh my gosh, honey, there is always something going on out at that farm with that Jerry Welch. I'm telling you, you know, you call me anytime if you need you, and I know I know he's gonna need us again sometime. Just don't call me Tuesday or Thursday, because I'll be down at the Chulux, and I love me a seafood platter.
Only Jerry Welch is so cheap that he refuses medical help. Why not let him take you, bill you later, and then just don't pay it like the rest of us do?
Jerry Welch is so cheap, only dogs can hear him bark.
We offered to go ahead and pitch in and fund that ambulance ride, but that fool Jerry Welch, he wasn't getting that ambulance to save his life. He was afraid it was going to cost him a dime, and it would have been free.
And that was 6 years ago. Let's see, nowadays you've probably got to mortgage the whole house to get a ride in an ambulance now. I mean, who can afford it, you know?
Still didn't knock any sense into him.
Well, anyhow, I got to the hospital and all, and that's about, a couple of hours, Had to wait. They stitched me up and all, put super glue on my head. Super glue. Could have did that, hit the house. They're worried about more what I was doing and all with a drum, Well, what were you doing with a drum, Like I was cooking meth or something. I stayed in the country, I cut barrels open. They're more concerned about the drum than they was my damn head.
You should have took him to a mental hospital.
He made moonshine when he was 15. Can you blame the hospital what they were doing?
Sounds like you guys had a blast.
But thankfully and all, I recovered after about 2 weeks and all. I had a little blood clot and all in me and all right there. Sometimes I still can't hear it up too good, But anyhow, I recovered and all, but I ain't cutting no more barrels up for Rabbi Howard.
Tell you what, we thought we'd lost him. I mean, really, what would we do in a world without Jerry Welch?
I don't want none of my friends and family to think that my property is dangerous in any way. You all come to see me anytime.
Y'all come to visit if you want, but do it at your own risk.
I'm glad Jerry survived all these accidents, and I'm glad I survived mine.
I survived Buster's assault because I had quick thinking going on and proper training, even though it was against human beings and not deer. But I absolutely did not survive Buster's attack because of any help from Jerry Welch. Put that on the record. Jerry was no help at all.
Well, I'm glad that Robbie and Dickie and Dennis is still around. Jury's still out on Jerry. I'm not sure yet.
But I still hate birds.
Take your insect repellent, snake boots, flame retardant suit, body armor, whatever you need. Make sure your insurance premiums are paid up.
Remember, if you go to Jerry's house, be safe. Better yet, don't go at all.
I pray for Jerry and anybody that goes to his house out there. Y'all be safe.
Now you boys be careful out there at the farm at Jerry Welch's. But right now, honey, I got to go. I got me a seafood platter and Minnie is hollering at me. I love that dinner.
Safety first.
So you all come out anytime. You never know when I'm blowing up. It could be you. I live in the country. I can't help it because I left the flame for one time. I mean,
No, stop. Hello.